In the build-up to the International Day of Friendship and the collaboration that we're organising for that, I thought I'd make a gift for a friend. Now, little does he know, shh, don't tell him, that it's going to be made out of a Morrison's chicken gravy granules tub. Yeah, other brands are available. This is a nice big tub, and I'm thinking, won't it make an awesome pen pot? It's tall. I wanted to try this on my tumbler turner. So the first thing to do is push the foam into here. There we go, for my little cheap tumbler turner. It's been all right, this tumbler turner, for a cheapy one, by the way. I'm going to push this in here. Zoom you out a little bit. I am in the kitchen because it's too hot in the craft room, so I'm making a right mess in here. So please excuse the mess in the background. Anyway, yes, this very cheap tumbler turner. The only issue I had with it was it kept, if this end got heavy, it weighed down and fell off the base. So we've like put a bit of tape around it and some glue. And anyway, this is now glued in, so it's been coming off. But never mind. Other than that, it was very cheap and it's doing a good job. Right, my first job is going to be to get some paint on it. And I've got just some acrylic paint to just put a base coat on. There we go. Just got another one of my little silicone mats. We're going to put that there because I will make an almighty mess. Because what we're going to do is coat it, give it this base coat with the acrylic, and then we're going to coat it with resin and do some fancy effects on it and make it look $1 million until you look inside and realise it is actually just a gravy tub. So painting it with our primer makes it substantially easier by virtue of the fact that this spins. It's just USB powered. So look, we can do this. Now this paint's a bit lumpy and horrible and old. I need to use it up. So please excuse its lumpiness. I will try to get it smooth as I go. If not, I shall sand it a little bit afterwards. Just wanted to use this paint up so it wouldn't go to waste. So I'll be back when this is painted rather better than this and dry. Gonna let it dry really thoroughly because we know we want a nice smooth surface. God, look at this paint. She says smooth surface. Anyway, yeah, we need a nice clean dry surface with no water contamination for our resin. So it'll be dry when I see you next. Okay, the resin we're going to be using is Apex Quantum, and this is specifically designed for tumblers, though I have discovered you can use it for a multitude of other things as well. It is primarily a thin coating resin. So I'm going to mix up, not a lot, you don't need much for this. So what should we say? Let's do 60 millilitres. So it's 30 of each, that should be more than enough. See, I'm getting good at this measuring, lark. Not really, I'm just working in nice easy numbers. It's a nice easy one-to-one. It probably will fill with bubbles when I mix it. It's normally quite viscous. This is the regular cure one, which takes, how long is it to cure? Because they do a fast cure one as well. I think this one's kind of 4 to 6 hours. Yeah, here we go. There's the instructions. So mix well for at least 3 minutes. Working time 40 minutes, 6 to 7 hours touch dry. And then obviously I leave it for a lot longer before I use it for anything if I'm making a glass with it. Now, let's get this stirred up. Yes, it is a little bit weird to mix. Even if you stir it really slowly, you will end up with a load of bubbles. Don't worry about it. Just keep stirring, probably even slower than I do if you want. But the thing is, you're going to be spreading it so thin that, and it is designed specifically for this, so the bubbles vanish really, really fast once it's in use. So keep stirring until it goes clear, in that you've got no sort of cloudy streakiness. That's not far off. I'll just carry on till it's clear. So we're into the process now. First of all, I want to turn this on and give it a coat. And I like it to be turning away from me. We're going to give it a coat of clear. And then we're going to start dropping inks on. So let me show you what inks I've got. I've got sapphire blue, I've got midnight blue, and I've got champagne gold. And while I'm doing this, bear in mind I'm not an expert. I don't do a lot of tumbler work. This is just me having a go every time. But while I'm doing this, can I tell you about my lovely friend Robin? Now, Robin is a smashing chap that I work with at the British Motor Museum. Many of you know that I do work there just part-time. And so I get to meet lots of really amazing, funny people. And Robin is one of those. He's a lovely guy, proper car nut like me. And he's just bought a camper van, which is awesome. He's got, we were chatting recently about the odd things that we get obsessed with, and he's currently got an obsession for pens, and he's treated himself to some spectacular pens that They come with a display case. We're talking beautiful, beautiful pens. But he's got a nice little office space set up at home. And I said to him, could you use some like desk organisers for your normal pens and bits and pieces? And he said, oh, probably, yeah. So, little friendship gift here for my lovely friend Robin. It's odd, you know, I spent years not knowing anybody called Robin. Suddenly I work with, I think there's 4 of them now. One of the volunteers is also called Robin. We've got Robin Guest, which is this Robin. We've got Robin Gilliatt, and we have got Robin Scales. And I'm sorry to the other Robin, I can't remember what your surname is. But it's funny, 4 Robins, and some days they're all in at once, which makes it very confusing when we're trying to contact each other on the radios. All terrific guys, I must say. Very lucky to work with these crazy, lovely people at the museum. Right, this keeps stopping because I have got, at the moment, got it plugged into a battery charger. So I need to do something about that because it obviously does not like the battery charger. There we go. We've now got it plugged into a mains plug. And as you can see what happened, I don't know if you can see that, but as soon as I stopped turning it, resin was dripping off. Now that's gone really nice and even. This resin, because it's designed for exactly this, it's exceptionally good at that now. Because I've used my glove to do that with, I'm going to throw it away and get another glove. Anybody out there who's a supplier of purple nitrile gloves, please get in touch. I'm just thinking of the colours of his kind of man cave office thing. And it seems to be mostly black and cream. So I'm thinking dark blues and golds would be a nice offset to that. That's dark wood and cream, I think, from what he said. So these are the 2 shades of blue going in here. Mark has just wandered into the kitchen. Look, bloke, this is your Morrison's gravy tub. Yep, well it was. I'm making a pen pot for Robin Guest. It's going to have gold in it as well in a minute. Now, the gold, I need to give it a good shake because this is actually, the pigment settles a lot in the gold ones because it's like a metallic effect. So let's drop it in here. These inks, by the way, are from the Let Resin inks set. And I thought champagne gold would be kind of more subtle than bright gold. You see what's happening? It's giving those blues the most amazing shimmer effect. I have to be careful not to overdo it here, aren't I? I am going a bit mad. So what do you think so far? It's giving quite a subtle effect, and that's kind of what I was after. Now I'm just looking for any gaps that could do with a bit of colour. Might go back in with some more of the blues. But don't forget we can layer this up because it is going to be a couple of layers yet. Normally I'd put a layer of glitter, but then that's very manly. I don't know. Probably not. I might just put a tiny bit just to, you know, give it a lift. And as you can see, I'm not swirling that colour or anything because I just don't want to. I'm just letting it do its thing. It's doing a slightly funny thing around the top lip there, which I can live with. But what I will be doing is turning it to whizzing it the other way. Isn't that lovely? It's so easy. Next question is, would you like me to do a gin glass? It's actually the glass I use for wine. Well, I don't keep getting up to refill it, you know. There's a few areas where I think I've got too much gold, so I'm just going to pick them back up. It's dribbled all the way around, that one has. So I think that's looking pretty awesome at the moment, so I don't think I should do any more. I'm going to just leave that now. I'm not going to blow it around or anything. I'm just going to let it finish doing its thing because I think that's quite a fancy, funky, weird effect. I'm just going to turn it back in the other direction from time to time, and then we'll come back in with another layer. I think I am going to put a bit of glitter, but it's only going to be the tiniest bit. I'm going to go subtle with it. So I'll see you later. And as you can see, I did decide to, I think you only have the hairdryer, blow it a little bit. Will help it to cure. It's stinking hot here still. So that's why I'm in the kitchen. So it'll probably cure pretty fast on its own anyway. What I'm doing is I'm getting some cells somehow, which I didn't think. Look, there's cells. Isn't that interesting? Considering I've not used any white, that's amazing. I'm liking that so far. Right, really I'm going to go and leave it to cure now. I've got a little bit of clear left in my pot, so I'll chuck this in a very shallow mould because this isn't intended for moulds really, but it will work in very shallow ones. So this is a really small one. Let's try my little frog and pig. These are ones from my recent fairy lights video if you haven't seen it, and that should use most of this up. I wouldn't dare use any more than that really. Right, tiny bit left. I'll find a home for it. See you later. Just hopping back in here. I'm now wishing I hadn't succumbed to the hairdryer thing. It's blending more than I ever intended it to, and I've got some strange white fish eyes anyway, and some funny lines, and I'm really annoyed with myself. Anyway, what I'm going to do, this is still very, very sticky. It's not moving anymore, but it's still extremely, yeah, it's quite liquidy. So what I'm going to do is I am going to add some glitter, but I found some holographic blue that's rather fabulous. So let's mix that. Just mixing up just a little bit of resin. I probably will put a little bit of gold as well, just to add that certain something, but not too much. Like I said, this is for a fella, and I might be stereotyping. Maybe he likes sparkliness. I don't know. That was probably too much. And I've managed to spill a patch on it there. I mean, typical. Right. Now, where's these awkward patches gone? I don't want to do too much. It's just to make sense of these bits where I goofed, really. These bits. There's some strange bits there. Kind of want to come around here and do something with them. Bring them into the design a bit, sort of thing. An odd line there as well. It's better. And I think a little bit around the bottom, just here and there. This will still self-level because this is still quite wet. This should move in it a little bit. So just a tiddy bit there. I know I'm going to move on and do the same with a gold, but again, not too much. See if this resin can cope with making a little pot, because I just don't want to waste any. And the other glitter I have is a gold. Let me just get the resin mixed up first and I'll show you. A bit less this time because that was quite wasteful, wasn't it? Really annoyed with myself about that mess up. Actually, these little pots I can probably just pour. It's dribbling round nicely. Hope it'll kind of make veins though. So I'm putting it on a bit thicker than I did the blue. Let's see how that goes. I hope I haven't overdone the glitter. I'm going to turn it the other way for a bit. And this is what I'll be doing now for the next half an hour or so. Probably an hour. I'll pop back and I'll just turn the turner so it goes the other way. And hopefully we should get a nice effect. Then obviously we've got top coating to do. So I'll see you later. Right, I'm back. And this is now well tacky. It's yeah, I wouldn't say it's cured by any means, but it's firm. I'm no longer leaving footprints in it. Footprints, fingerprints, you know what I mean. It's just feeling sticky. Now what I'm going to do, this seems like a good point to put on another layer of resin. Sorry we're zoomed in rather, by the way. This is just because I'm trying to film in my kitchen. So this is going to be a clear layer. I might put a little bit more. Oops, it's dripping everywhere. Too much resin. Oh dear. I'll get the hang of this one day. Yeah, it's where was I going? I might put a little bit more colour in this resin. Just there's a couple of spots where I think a little bit of, you know, the 3D effect from putting a bit more colour on at this stage might be nice, but we've definitely got more than enough glitter. I didn't intend it to spread as much as it did, but it did. That's glitter for you. Now, this is because this is going to be the last layer, probably. I don't know. I think so. Then I'm going to make sure I've done round this lip, the inside. Because don't forget, this is just cardboard. I mean, it's only going to be holding pens. It's not like it's going to be a vase or anything. And I'm going to do round this lip as well. If you hear any funny noises in the background, Mark is playing with a cat. And I think it's about 2-0 for the cat at the moment. Now, although this is going to be a pen pot, I am just going to put a little layer of I've got plenty of surplus drippy off resin here. So I'm just putting a little coat in the base as well, just to make it solid and shiny, really. A bit less obvious that it's cardboard until you look inside. I was going to say, this is a bit random, but a big thank you to Steve McDonald, because I've been meaning to do this for ages, and then I saw him do the roll out the middle of some sellotape this morning, and I thought, you know what, I ought to get on and just do that. I'm just going to make sure we've got complete coverage all over now. And like I said, I am going to put just a little bit more of the colour around here and there. And I think mostly the blue. Change your gloves. By the way, don't buy these gloves. These are from Temu and they're awful. Definitely not protecting my hands particularly at all. I have to change them about every 5 minutes. Right, let's get some more blue. I want the top to be blue, I think. So let's put a bit more. What's going on here? A bit more blue around the top. Here and there around the bottom. A bit more in the middle. So this is going to 3D it up a bit. Oh, quite a lot there. Pretend that was deliberate. Here we are. And now I am going to spin it like that. Spread it a little bit more, because that's a bit solid. But hopefully that'll make it bluer. And the glitter will only pop through here and there, as will the gold and the white. It's really easy to overwork this, and I've got a horrible feeling that that's what I'm doing. But, you know, it's fun. There's something very therapeutic about this. There's a bit I don't like. Come on, come back round. There we are. And now I'm going to turn it the other way. I might put one more layer over it. Yeah, that's blued it up a bit more, hasn't it? What do you think? I probably should have stopped ages ago, shouldn't I? I rather like that. Okay, I'm going to leave it alone now. I will put one more coat on. It'll just be a clear coat. No more glitter. It's more than enough. No more of the gold. I don't think so anyway. Right, I'll see you later for the final coat. That's pretty impressive for a Morrison's gravy powder pot, I think. There we go. You'd kind of never know that that was an old Bisto tub until you look inside. Well, not Bisto, shop's own brand. Hope Robin likes it. I know Gemma's got one of my bookmarks. One of the other Robins, Robin Gilliatt's got one of my dragons. If anybody else at the museum fancies a little thing making specially for you, let me know. I'll be making a drinks tumbler for Marie next. So there we go. Now, if you like to see me doing this, then I have got other videos on all sorts of resin creations, but I'll link you at the end to a specific one that was me first learning to do this tumbler effect with some different products. So I will put you the link to that. So I'll see you over there, because if you like this video, you're sure as heck going to like that one. I'll see you there then. Bye.